Once upon a time, there was a little wingless girl who was no bigger than your thumb. She lived in a beautiful tree in the midst of its branches, but she longed for a place of her own. She looked out into the distance, gazed and gazed at the beauty all around her and into the distance. She smiled, longing to fly. So she got an idea. She called out to her hummingbird friend, and her hummingbird friend got her the most beautiful, choicest of tulip petals. So, using the tulip petals, she tied it around her back, and as faith as big as the sea, she flew. For a few seconds, she flew. But fortunately, she fell. Unfortunately, she fell deep down into the petals, the buttercups beneath her. Down and down and down she fell. Ow! She exclaimed. She woke up and found herself in a beautiful patch of golden buttercups. She was vulnerable, but determined anyway. She traveled far beyond her home. She let her hair down as she passed through some teal grass. She was startled to find beautiful, beautiful sugary treats of all kinds, powdered sugar toast, beautiful strawberries and tea. She was in her own personal heaven. She had really good sweet tea and peaches. She ate and ate. She looked to the left. There was a man, a very tall one, gazing upon her with much love, wanting only her. She ran. He didn't even have to run. He just walked swiftly towards her. Oh, but she couldn't run as fast as he could just swiftly walk. She was so helpless and vulnerable. She ran into the bush. As she looked behind her, desperately trying to get away. "Ow, my wings hurt," she cried out. And he came up to her. Much to her surprise, he held her close to his heart and kissed her. He kissed her forehead. Oh no! She wondered what was going to happen next. But he just gently stroked her hair, and she fell into a fitful sleep in his arms. In his hands, he held her close to his heart. And he took her to a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garden house. It was so beautiful. Her hummingbird friend even came to visit. She was so happy as he placed her inside her little flower tulip pink house, kissed her and placed her inside her little bed. He took care of her and lovingly cared for her in their trusting place. was so good to her. It always will be. He healed her and bound up her wounds with one kiss. He held her close to his heart, and again she sighed. She was loving it. And he pet her. She was so small, so fragile, so little. She smiled and gazed up at him, and he did too. His eyes were green and so full of life, and looked so tender and loving. His smile was just so warm and inviting. In the trysting place, he spoke divine whispers of love into her ear. Divine consolations of love. They saw beautiful deer in the meadow, hummingbirds and peacocks and bunnies, so many beautiful animals and toucans and koalas hanging on bamboo, every kind of animal you can think of. Her favorite. She was just filled with awe and wonder. None of them harmed her. They were like her guardians, and as it was he, her lover. He held her gently and rocked her back and forth, placed her inside the tulip house again, and lovingly looked at her, tenderly stroked her hair and caressed her face. She went to sleep in her bed. He spoiled her and took very good care of her. My vulnerable little bunny, he said, "How did you sleep?" She said, "Oh, wonderful." She woke up out of her slumber. He was so kind to her. It says in Romans 2:11, God shows no personal favoritism. He told her, "You are more precious than gold, more precious than the finest jewels." Your sins are no more, for I have washed them clean. And with the blood I purchased you, all of you, he said. You are all mine. I love you, he says. He took her away onto a cloud and rested gently. She rested in the sky kingdom, made of gold. He held her on his heart. Inside, it looked like it glittered and glowed on the inside out, with beautiful hanging lilies and wisteria, beautiful heart-shaped flowers all around her, and vines. Caressed her cheek as she woke up and saw a beautiful, beautiful yellow Pegasus with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pink flowing mane. She saw another Pegasus running towards her, and as he lay down by the bed, they were like dogs. And that one was pink, lovely pink color, and his mane was a beautiful purple with a beautiful, beautiful golden crown upon its head and gold painted hooves. She was in paradise. She looked outside the window and saw beautiful, beautiful snow falling, and yet it was spring. She was in amazement and wonder at all the beauty all around her. She sighed. He kept her forever and ever. He never let her go out of her sight, out of his sight. He loved her always. They lived happily ever after and got married. The end.